Hey, I'm Mack. Welcome back to my channel. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe and consider joining my Patreon for access to new videos 12 to 24 hours early. Now let's get to it. You know, I never realized that when you develop a nemesis relationship, you start to miss your nemesis after a while. So I thought we would go ahead and see what Monat has been up to, because I feel like it's been a while since we've checked in, and I just want to make sure that they're okay. So I have two pieces of content. Both of them were submitted by anonymous sources using my new Google form, link in the description. My form allows you to make any kind of submission that you want. You can upload files. You can upload up to 1 terabyte of files when you include your submission. I figure it just makes it easier if you're able to just drop file in there and submit the form to me, rather than like trying to figure out if you're going to upload it to like a Google Drive or whatever. You can just go to my form and upload it. I'll link in the description. And these were both submitted via that. So let's just see. Let's go. Let's see what Monat's been up to.
Get it going, because that's how it works. So anyways, the past like month and a half or so, maybe even longer, because like time goes by so fast, I have been like unlocking my car, and instead of putting my car in the ignition like I have for the past like 2 or 3 years that I've had this car, I just put my keys on the passenger seat, like obviously if no one's sitting there, thinking I could just like push my start button. And I'm like, homegirl, you know that you have to put your key in the ignition to start your car. So it just clicked that I am manifesting getting my Caddy, my fully paid for Cadillac from my company. I'm manifesting it. It's literally changing lives left and right. And in the middle of the compensation plan, you can earn a fully paid for Cadillac. So they
What? Girl, what? Okay, well, like, how do you know that it's a Cadillac that you're manifesting, first of all? I mean, couldn't it be any car that has like, my car has push button start. I mean, that's because it's an electric vehicle, but couldn't you theoretically be like manifesting like a 2021 Honda Civic? Like, how do you know it's a Cadillac? Like, you know, other cars have push button start, right? What is... Okay, can someone explain manifesting to me? By what process is this her throwing the keys on the passenger seat instead of putting them in the ignition? So that makes it more likely that she's going to earn the monthly car bonus to pay for the lease in her name on that Cadillac. That makes it... How? Like, how does that work? Like, I don't understand. I really don't. I don't understand this manifesting thing. Can you measure it? Like, can she do this one time and then do it another time where you don't manifest it? And then is there a control group for that? Like, I don't. It sounds so culty and so batshit crazy to me. Imagine having a scatterbrained moment, you know, such as getting into the car and putting the keys somewhere other than in the ignition, you know, because I don't know, when my old car was an internal combustion car, and you know, it was the 2006, so it definitely did not have push button start, and I definitely several times have like misplaced the keys after getting in. Okay, like, because like maybe I was trying to finish up like a text message or something that I wanted to send, you know, before I started driving, or like maybe I'm putting like the directions into my phone or like the address so that I can get the GPS. Like, And then by the time I'm ready to start the car, I'm like, what do I do with them? Okay, but I don't think I was manifesting a new car by doing that. I think it was just me having a brain fart. Like, because, listen, I lose things all the time. Good Lord. Like, by what mental gymnastics do you have to go through for that to be that meaningful for you? Except when something's that meaningful for you, all you're thinking is like, oh my God, I could lease a Cadillac in my name and they'll give me a monthly payment bonus on it as long as I maintain my rank. And if I don't maintain my rank, I lose that car payment, but the lease is still in my name, so the car is still owed. So it will be much like, The Exorcist 2, Repossessed. Like, good God. It's so cringy and it's so culty. And I would love to know, I would love to talk to some of the people who know these people and ask them, like, has this person ever talked about wanting a Cadillac before? Because I bet they haven't. Like, what? Why? And how many of them have ever said Caddy before to refer to a Cadillac? Because I bet approximately none of them. All right, so the next piece of content that we're going to take a look at is from someone who I believe is associated with Krista Parney's organization, area, team, whatever. I don't know if they're downline or like sideline or whatever, but she's gonna tell us about, I guess, how to build relationships. So I'm very excited to hear about that. So let's see what she has to say, you guys. Oh, this one's longer, so I would get your snack now.
All right, I hope I'm on the right page. Let me know if I am. I hope that I'm on the right page and that I'm doing this right. So I literally just ran to the door. Sorry if I'm a little out of breath. Just ran through the door and threw on my lashes and was like, oh my gosh, I have to get on this thing. So I'm a little winded, okay? Don't mind me. And I'm going to, good morning. I'm going to dive right in and just get to it. I know I'm supposed to turn off the comments, but I don't know how, so I'm just gonna stay focused. Okay, so I'm gonna start by introducing myself. My name is Taylor Centurier. I am an MMM with
MMM. Massive mistake maker? I'm just kidding. Managing market mentor. So I believe that is one rank above the Caddy rank.
Nate. I started last April officially working the business, but I had been enrolled as a market partner for several years. So I missed out on my Smart Star entirely, right? I had originally joined under a girlfriend of mine. I didn't ask questions. I didn't whatever. I just saw my girlfriend was starting to share about something. So I was like, okay, here I go. I'm going to try it out, right? I'm that person that as soon as I see something, I'm like, why not? Like, I'm going to try it, right? If she said,
Wait. You can't just ask why not as a rhetorical question. I mean, what if she started shooting heroin? Like, you just gonna be like, why not? Let me just I mean, my friends do stupid shit all the time. I would be in dire straits if I just was like, why not? Rhetorically, no. It's normally I'm like, okay, well, let's see, why not? Here's some reasons. Like, sorry, but you gotta look out for yourself a little bit around these parts, okay?
I'm gonna try it. Went on the website, enrolled as a market partner because I saw there was a bigger discount, and that was kind of that. Well, fast forward, and I was using the products, fell in love with the products, but I didn't need the business side of it. That didn't even cross my mind. It was very comfy, cozy. I was a stay-at-home mom. There was nothing about the business that I needed. I had a great close girlfriends. I was financially good. Didn't even cross my mind. Fast forward 2.5 years. I'm a single mom of 3. in the middle of a global pandemic, right? I'm a homeschool teacher now overnight. I'm not essential. My manufacturer's shut down for my small business, and I'm...
See, they always target you in a vulnerable position, because when you are, it's not about being stupid or being, it's not necessarily about who you are. It's more about the situation that you're in. Because you don't often hear them like completely admit it this crystal clear. See, she wasn't doing this. She wasn't like really thinking about it or interested in it when her finances were fine, right? Then as soon as a vulnerability appears, that's when she suddenly is going hard at this money garbage. And that's when you have to watch out for these things, is when there's a vulnerability, when there's like a social vulnerability, a financial vulnerability, or, any of those, what have you, is going to be when they're going to pounce. Whether they know that they're targeting or whether they are only subconsciously targeting a vulnerability, that's when they're going to pounce. And that's what makes you susceptible, is when there is that thing they can latch on to that makes you susceptible. And she just like spelled it out. She listed the reasons why she was financially doing fine. She was a stay-at-home mom, and her finances were all good, so she wasn't worried about it. She, et cetera, et cetera. Then as soon as, the finances are gone, she's got to stay at home and be and help her kids with the online school and shit. Like, yeah. That's why we say that they're predatory.
I'm like, oh, crap. What am I going to do? Like, what am I going to do, right? Insert Monat. What a gift, right? Like, what a gift during something that was, I think it was 5.7 million women losing their...
I want to see the receipts.
...jobs, and what a gift that we had to be able to utilize that. So I was really grateful, dove right on in. However, as I'm diving in, I'm learning, and I start learning about Smart Start and realizing your girl lost out on her entire Smart Start several years before that, okay? And I had built, when I very first started, somewhere around like 30 blocks. That's a lot of bonuses that this single mama of 3 missed out on. That broke my heart, okay? That broke my heart.
So if I remember correctly, a block is 1 market partner and 3 VIP customers, I think. So if she built 30 blocks, she got 30 market partners and 90 VIP customers, if I'm remembering the numbers correctly. So I'm going to go with I don't know if it's maybe like her church or something. She clearly has like some sort of pre-existing network going on, like where she has a lot of influence or where she knows a lot of people or something like that going on there, because that's not something that the average person can accomplish. That's only something you could accomplish if you have some type of, group of people or whatever that you can get to sign up under you. So, I don't know what it is. She's obviously very pretty. That probably helps. But, I mean, it's not realistic for the average person to expect to make 30 blocks. It's not really realistic to expect to be able to make 1 block.
So my goal either way was to build a Monat neighborhood every month, right? Because Monat says 4 VIPs to 1 market partner. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep doing that.
Yeah, so a block is actually 4 VIP customers and 1 market partner. So that was actually 30 blocks, so that's 120 VIP customers and 30 market partners that she signed up. And then a Monat-berhood. God, I hate that word so much. Like, it's like is it Monat-berhood? That's stupid. That's why I hate it. Is 3 blocks. So a Monat-berhood is 12 VIP customers and 3 market partners, and a block is a Monat-berhood is 12 VIP customers and 3 market partners, and a block is 4 VIP customers and 1 market partner. So now we know what she's talking about.
If they say to do that 3 times, whether or not I'm in Smart Start, if that's what they say to do, that's what I'm going to do. So that was my goal either way, was to build a Monat-berhood. If not at least 2 or more, right? It's the goal. So I was still doing that. And then Monat brought back the Smart Start Restart. Like,
oh my God.
Right? I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I am not going to miss out twice. Holy moly, this is incredible. So in that, having only 8 days left, I feel like we need to utilize every last drop of this Smart Start Like every last drop. 8 days is still so much time to accomplish so many things, okay? So far during this Smart Start Restart,
I get it, but like let's not just throw around the word accomplish, okay, when we're talking about Monat. All right, you're not really accomplishing anything.
just finished out my 17th block. 5 more neighborhoods or so, and my goal is to close out about 20 blocks. That's my goal. That's my vision. That's what I want to do. So
I don't know if she means like 17 or 20 or whatever for since the Smart Start came back or whatever, but see what I mean? Like I don't know what it is, but she's clearly got some kind of in with people, or she might have a large following on social media that was pre-existing. I don't know, but that is very much a results not typical.
I'm super excited to share my tips. I am tier 2 qualified. I'm 6 VIPs away from tier 3. So I am confident that I can accomplish that by the end of the month in the next 8 days. So I'm really, really excited. And again, just such a gift. So
I want to see the receipts.
One key for me in building blocks is building relationships. It is caring about other people, having a servant mindset. To me, that's how you grow a team. I can't fathom growing a team any other way, but genuinely caring about people. Are you enrolling that person for you or for them? Are we just antsy, biting at the bit, like, I just need one more market partner, whoever. I don't care your story. I don't care your background. I don't care what you need this for. I need to hit this rank. Or are we genuinely reaching out to people because we want to help them? Because that changes everything, right? That changes everything. Because you can only get so far with a me mentality in this business. You have to care about the other person. And I'm going to give you guys some tangibles with this because I know that that's like, okay, Taylor, fairy tale, relationships, you love people, we get it. Now what? Well, there's so many strategic ways that you can build relationships that I feel like we completely take for granted. We have something.
Yeah, you could just strategically build genuine relationships where you just care so deeply about people. You just care so much. You care so much that your relationship needs a strategy. God. It's so cringy. It's so bad.
Called social media, that as soon as we log in, we can connect with people all over the world. I can connect with a girl in Texas who's struggling with psoriasis. I can connect with a girl from Wisconsin who's thinning. I can connect with, like, wow. Like,
all right. Well, this isn't 1997. You're not like blowing my mind with the World Wide Web here. You don't have to be in Monat to connect with someone from Wisconsin. They're nice people, okay? It's not hard. You can talk to them, okay? I promise you.
what a gift. I can help people all over the
Stop saying it's a gift.
world through a screen. How do you do that? You got to form connections. How are you going to find out that the girl from Wisconsin is struggling with thinning if you're not forming relationships with people?
It's like 1984. You're just calling it forming relationships. I don't think you know what forming relationships means. You're not forming a relationship. You are being manipulative, trying to extract information from them that you can then use to target them with your little scammy scam.
Constant engagement. To me, the success of your business is not based off of your likes, not based off of your hearts, not based off of your comments, not based off your page at all. To me, a direct reflection of whether or not you are having engagement and you are genuinely caring about people is, what do your DMs look like? To me, that says everything. I would rather a completely blank page, not a heart, not a comment, nothing, but have a packed DM box. Right? People just constantly talking. Just people constantly sharing with me. What do you like to eat for breakfast? What do you like to drink? How do you like your coffee? Like, I want to know the nitty. I want to know all the things because it's social media. I want to get social. I want to know. And I don't want to know the surface level things. I want to know the little details that make you who you are. I tell my girls all the time, I want to know how you twist your toothpaste.
What? How I twist my toothpaste when I'm just, having a private moment is between me and me, all right? I'm not going to tell you how I twist my toothpaste. Like, it's a little bit, this is also sudden, okay? Stop it.
How you put it on your toothbrush, right? Like all those little things that make you unique and make you special, make you who you are. That to me is important.
The way that I don't know if we're still in the gutter here or not, or if we're actually talking about brushing teeth, but that has nothing to do with who I am.
What does your DMs look like? To me, that is a direct reflection of how you're working this business. It does not need to be about Monat. It does not need to be about, are you connecting with people? Because that's how you're going to get your business to grow. So we're really missing the mark if people write in and say they like our sweater and we just heart it. Whoa, that's not working the business. That's not being strategic. That's not getting to know people. If somebody writes in about
strategizing how you can recruit somebody every time someone gives you a compliment is not connecting with them or building a relationship either. Just so that we're crystal clear here.
your sweater, you're going to take a second and you're going to go find the link to the sweater. You're going to copy and paste the link to the sweater. You're going to go back to the DM and you're going to say, thank you so much. This is where I got it. You're going to take that little extra effort to care about the person that you're talking to.
How is that caring? Girl, I just said I like your sweater. Like, back off.
It's not about shampoo, so we just heart it and move on. No, we're missing the mark. Because so many times I'll do that and they'll respond back to me like, I've been meaning to ask you. They were just waiting for somebody to care, waiting for somebody to take 2 seconds.
Oh, so because they might get back to you and have a question about Monat, then you need to care. Like you weren't going to care before. You weren't going to give a shit. But like, you guys, they might have a question about Monat eventually. So, maybe let's consider them to be a person. It's so gross.
To know that they were important to you, taking the extra time.
Yeah, see, if there's a possibility that they could join your team, then they're important to you. Otherwise, fuck them.
So I really encourage you guys to not be hearting, okay? If anybody's writing you anything, don't heart it. At least send some emojis. At least send a little statement back. If somebody asks you about something, take a second. If somebody writes back to something you're sharing and they're like, oh my gosh, me too, I do that too. Taking the second to be like, no way, girlfriend. Okay, what kind of toothpaste do you use though, right? The little...
All right, you need to stop with the toothpaste fetish. I didn't know this was a thing. All right? I didn't know toothpaste was like a thing that we're into now. But I don't like it. I don't like being asked about it.
Things, it matters. It matters a lot. So...
No, it literally doesn't matter.
I know a lot of the times we're on these trainings and we say, show up. You just got to show up every day.
Oh, because it kind of seems like you guys weren't aware that you were saying that a lot.
And as long as you show up every day, you're good. That's half the battle. But we could also show up to the gym and not work out. We could show up to the gym and not put in half the work as the person next to us. We could show up to the gym and walk at 0.2 miles an hour on the treadmill and then walk right back out and just hop in the car and get going.
Hey, for some people, that might be a big deal. Like, some people, the gym gives them a lot of anxiety and, like, you know, it can, you know, and sometimes you got to build up, you know, to feeling comfortable. So, you know what? Don't be so judgmental.
But we showed up, so we're good. No.
Showing up is a big deal.
Not quite. How you show up matters. It's not what you're saying, it's how you're saying it. It's not the fact that you did show up. It's what were you doing? Were you being strategic or were you just talking just to talk?
Okay, talking just to talk to people, that's called building a relationship. What you're doing is selling. You're being manipulative and you're being deceptive because you are deceiving these people by pretending like you actually care about them and like you actually give a shit, when really you've got this whole little strategy going on in the back of your mind. You know, when you got that little back of the mind strategy operating, but it's not coming out of your mouth. That's being manipulative.
Talk. That's really important, because if you're just showing up talking just to talk and you're like, I just don't know why people aren't engaging with me, or I just don't know why my business isn't growing. It's like, well, when you're talking, are you inviting a two-way conversation? Or are you talking to yourself, about yourself, and focusing on that? Or are we showing up?
What does that have to do with the strategy?
Are we showing up and welcoming you in to our story, welcoming you into our home, welcoming you into our atmosphere, making you feel comfortable?
That made me feel uncomfortable.
Because that matters. Because we could show up and talk just to talk, but that's really not going to get us anywhere. So I really want to stress the fact.
Yeah, that might just, you know, that might just get you acquainted with somebody or something. Who cares about that shit?
That I know we hear show up all the time, but how you show up is more important. You can have 5 more impactful stories than 30 stories talking about what exactly the shampoo does. You got to care about people. You really, really do.
Okay, so stop talking about shampoo and start trying to recruit people.
And if you don't, you're going to struggle a little bit with this business, is how I feel. And say you're not on social media. Maybe that's not your jam. Maybe you'd rather go door to door. I don't know. When you're at the grocery store and somebody says, I like your hair. I like your skin. I like your hat. Stopping and not just being like, thanks, and then just keeping walking, right? Like in that moment, you have right in front of you, a way to utilize your business. So in that moment, you might say something like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Do you have Instagram?
That's when I would fucking walk away.
Like, let me follow you. I'll tell you exactly what I use. Ooh, now I'm gonna form that connection outside.
No, now I'm like seriously regretting giving you that compliment.
The grocery store, outside the market, outside wherever it was that I went, and we're gonna go ahead and get together outside of this, right? If they don't
No.
If they don't have Instagram, it's all good. Okay, what's your cell phone number?
I just said that I like your sweater.
Right? I mean, if they're freaked out and they don't want to give it to me, that's okay, but I could try. If I'm never going to see them again, it's fine. So, yeah, if somebody just says, like, oh my gosh, I love your hair, and you're just like, thank you. I get it, you guys. Social anxiety up the yin-yang right here, okay?
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god, stop fucking lying. I get so sick of them saying they have social anxiety. No, social anxiety does not result in you suggesting that you start talking to people and asking for their phone number after they compliment you at the store. Okay? No, social anxiety is like someone compliments you at the store and then I'm like, oh my god, I can never come to this store ever again. Like, oh my god. Stop it. No. Someone with social anxiety does not build 30 blocks. That's not possible. It's not. It's not.
I'll make conversation with the Instacart lady instead, right?
Leave her alone.
But thank you so much. Like, hey, do you have an Instagram?
No, I don't.
Okay, I'm gonna follow you and I can tell you exactly what I do.
No, like follow me home because that is how creepy you're kind of being right now.
Well, now they're gonna go to your Instagram.
No, they're not.
They're gonna see what you're all about. Right? They're gonna get it. I only have 15 minutes, so I don't know how I'm doing, but hopefully I'm okay. Okay, so let's see. Okay. It's very much so like I'm going to help you mentality, okay? I'm going to help you. If somebody writes into me and they're like, well, I've kind of been struggling like this, I'm like, say no more. I'm going to help you. The confidence in knowing that, one, you can help them because our products freaking work, and know then you can help them because this company changes people's lives.
Yeah, for the worse.
I will forever be to talk about this everywhere I go because this company saved my life, mine and my family's, okay? So I'm not embarrassed or ashamed to talk about it anywhere and ever.
Always with the sob story. It's such a cult. You're in a cult. You're in a cult.
So I'm not embarrassed or ashamed to talk about it anywhere and everywhere I go. Everywhere and anywhere, okay? So let's talk closing for a sec. I have a few more things and then we'll be done, okay? So closing is super important. So now we're having that engagement going and we're talking, and we're talking about the sweater and we're talking about the things.
We've got a little, ulterior motive going in the back of our minds, and that's literally the only reason we're talking to them.
And then they might want to say something about the products, okay? When you send a cart, you're going to send the cart, right? Get their information, you're going to send them a cart. I don't waste time with all the babble, okay? I don't waste time. If they say something, I'm like, girlfriend, no, oh my gosh, let me send you a cart. Here's the info that I need from you. Send it over and I'm going to get you going. It's the confidence. It's I'm going to do this. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to do this and I'm going to do this. And you're not really leaving room for questions, okay? No worries. I'm going to build you a cart. And then when you check out, this, that, and the other, right? But you always want to give people a reason to check out. And you also want to help them through the checkout stage, okay? Because the checkout stage can be a little complicated. It can be a little tricky. So you want to make sure that when you send the cart, always make sure, you know what I mean, you send it a couple times, you get the confirmation email so you know it went to them before everybody gets frustrated. Go back over and just be like, okay, girlfriend, I just sent your cart. Here's the things that are inside of it. Here's what it's going to do for you. That thinning that you said you got going on, oh my gosh. The 2-in-1 is going to completely help you out with that, right?
Yeah, it'll make you go completely bald, probably.
Right? That frizz you always struggle with. Oh my gosh, the smoothing, you're gonna die. It's gonna be amazing.
You're gonna what? But let's hope that they previously discussed frizz. Let's hope that she's not just coming in here and throwing shade. Also, this cart thing. Does anyone else find it weird? I just think it's weird, that I just can't imagine a situation where I would be okay with someone putting together a cart for me and then just expecting me to buy it. No, you're being kind of pushy.
Okay, don't spend too much time on it, but just let them know really quick what it's going to help with. You're going to go ahead, click enroll now. It's going to take you to a page with a bunch of products. You're going to bypass that by pressing the little blue cart in the bottom right-hand corner. Make it simple, super simple. And then as soon as you check out, let me know. This part's super important. Give them a reason to check out. As soon as you check out, let me know. So I can add you on my VIP page and you get to enter into my giveaway. It's a super bomb one this week. And I always make sure my VIP giveaways is a super bomb one that week so I can feel confident saying that. So in this moment, you might be like, what VIP page? Okay, so I have a VIP page and all of my VIPs go up on there. It's like its own little community. The way you guys have group chats with your team, the way you guys have all the stuff with your girls on your team, your VIPs need the same exact thing. They want a community too. So create a community for them, right? Constant giveaways, constant interaction. It gives you the perfect example.
Yeah, you can do constant giveaways because you've bought so much product. Can you imagine, like, let's suppose in some, alternate horrible universe that you were interested in some shampoo, okay? You just wanted some shampoo. And now all of this is happening from her. I don't want like your VIP. I just said I wanted to try some shampoo. I don't know. Like that seems so overwhelming. What the fuck? No.
Guys, to be able to do a giveaway and be like, oh my gosh, drop your favorite product below and what your hair type is.
Yeah, because I probably have 20 bottles of your favorite product in my, garage.
So now this girl with curly hair just let me know that she loves, say, the Frizz Fix, okay? Well, now the other girl, my other VIP with curly hair is going to be like, oh my gosh, do you use that and you like it? Perfect. So now they're talking amongst each other, you guys. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's not new. People do tend to talk to each other. Sometimes they even talk to each other when they're not trying to sell each other things.
It's incredible when you just put a little bit of effort into people. Constant giveaways on my VIP page, how to wash, how to change flugships, all the good stuff. Because I want very independent VIPs. I do not check out for them. I do not walk them just like...
But it happens. So are you telling me that there are some market partners that do check out for their VIP customers? That's interesting. That's suspicious. That's weird.
We want independent girls on our team. You want independent VIPs. Otherwise, you're going to drive yourself cuckoo bananas. So
you're driving me cuckoo bananas right now.
You want them to be able to do all those things on themselves. And all it takes is you to just really Mack Daddy out your VIP page.
We're just gonna pretend she didn't say that.
And make it so it's like a really good one, okay? Giveaway weeklies, something that's really amazing to give away is skincare, you guys. Things that's like an instant seller, okay? Your berry scrub, your oil, like all those things are going to be really amazing, okay? My VIP page is on Instagram.
Wow, did you hear all the things you gotta buy to give away? Oh wait, you probably already have all of them.
And it's private because I want it to be like really exclusive. I want it to be really special, okay? So if they want to be a market partner, you want to ask them why. I know sometimes we can get a little crazy, okay? Because...
Oh, do you? Because I thought you didn't.
Because we want that market partner right now, so we don't want to dive into too many details. But you guys, if you don't bring them in with why they're doing this, they're going to get lost in the shuffle, and you're going to have no idea what they're doing this for. You know what I mean? So when you have a market partner, somebody interested, you always want to stop and you want to know, what is it that you want this business for? What was it that drew your eye to it? Take a second to care about them, not yourself. Don't worry about you, okay? Don't worry about you. Don't worry about your rank. Don't worry about hitting your goals. We're not worried about that right now. We're worried about their goals and their rank real quick, okay? We're worried about them. So take a second to care.
I feel like this is a manipulative strategy where, you know, she's trying to like kind of flip the script on you and so that when you're kind of like on the fence or something, like if someone's like, oh, okay, you know, I want to be a market partner, you know, and then she's like, oh, okay, well, why? I just want to make sure that it's absolutely right for you. And that, but like, I'm sure that 100% of the time it's right for them. Like, please, is she trying to convince me that there's ever been a time when she's been like, oh, that's okay, don't sign up. Yeah, please. Yeah, you're just being manipulative.
Do you know what the girls on your team all want out of this, all need out of this? Do you know? Because you should, right? So, hey, okay, what do you need this for? Well, you know, I'm really lonely. I feel like I could utilize the community. Perfect. Now I know their love language. Now I know what they need this for. So I'm going to be very mindful of the way I approach this. Because if I start coming in hot with finances and they want to join for community, I'm not connecting with them.
That's really sad, number one, if they're joining for community. And number two, oh, okay, so you're just trying to gather some tactics that you can use to manipulate them later when they're not getting good enough results, right? Okay, gotcha. Cool. That's really awesome. Sounds like you're really all about just those real, genuine, you know, awesome relationships.
And I'm not going to close them. They're not going to want to be on my team. So you want to know first why they're going to join. So that way you know what foot to touch on, right? You know.
Don't touch my fucking feet.
You know how to navigate this thing now. Well, I really need this because I'm a single mom. All right, now we're going to talk compensation plan.
That was a very devious grin.
Perfect. Okay? You're gonna need to know why they want this, because if you start leading with community to somebody who needs it, you came at me as a single mom of 3, desperate, crying out to God for something with community, I'd be like, I don't need friends. Friends aren't gonna make me money, right? So that wouldn't have worked for me. So it's important. Okay, I will close with this. I know I'm over. It's giving me anxiety. So anyways, relationship is key, okay? Maybe it doesn't happen right away. Don't get frustrated if this is the 800th time you've talked to somebody about your sweater. It's not up to you when it's somebody's time to join. It's not up to you.
Yeah, you just gotta wait until their life gets shittier.
It's not up to you when the moment comes. Because I know if Krista would have been like, 2.5 years ago, then when I needed this, 2.5 years later, right? That would have been really unfortunate. So it's not up to you when somebody's ready. Keep that communication going. Keep that relationship going. Because in a year, she might be like me, right? A single mom who now desperately needs this. And they're going to remember that for the last year, you were there. You were there responding to their DMs. You were there caring. You were there and you weren't just there hearting every time they didn't talk to you about the shampoo. It's important because you don't know when everybody's life is going to turn upside down. You don't know.
You never know when you're just going to get the golden opportunity to target them. You just got to wait for their life to turn upside down. And then you strike.
Okay. So it's really, really important. If you are watching stories without engaging, you are wasting your time on social media.
So if you're just, you know, looking at your friends' stories, you are wasting your time on social media. If you are not every second, every interaction trying to hustle people to join under you and Monat, you are wasting your time. So stop fucking, you know, interacting with your friends. Stop, you know, looking at what people are up to. You better stop that and start selling, okay? Holla, holla, get dollar.
What are you watching that person for? You're watching them for a reason. Maybe you like the way they talk. Maybe you like the way their smile looks. Maybe whatever it is. We watch people's stories for a reason. Don't pop off of their stories without adding value to them.
Oh my God! All the words we are redefining. We've already redefined what? Building relationships. We redefined caring and helping. Okay, and now we're adding value, and by adding value, we mean giving a pick.
Make sure before you pop over to the next one, you say something like, girlfriend, I just want to let you know I love watching you. Or like, you have like the best eyebrows. I love your eyelashes. I love this. Like, don't pop off of that stuff. Otherwise, you're just completely wasting your time. Scrolling through a bunch of photos for what? At least like them on the way down. If you're going to be all over there, like at least add value every time. This is now your business, so add value, okay?
Yeah, this is now your business, so all that stuff that you enjoyed doing, you better fucking stop.
Then, something that's really cool is also make sure you guys are utilizing things like the Meet Monat on Thursday. It's the Zoom call. It's this Thursday. That is an amazing way to connect with people. Hey, girlfriend, like pop on this Zoom with me. It's going to be amazing. Like, I'll send you $10 to get a Starbucks beforehand, and we'll all get a drink together, and we'll like watch it together, right, with a coffee. Like, that's an amazing thing. So I know that they're going to pop the link down in there, but things like that, that's an amazing way to create that community, to create that interaction with people. Like, hey, pop on Thursday. I'm going to send you a little coffee. Let's watch it together. Something like that, right? Maybe you send them like $10 to Grubhub. Like, grab yourself some tacos. Let's sit down and do it together. It's super.
How are you going to get $10? How are you going to get tacos for $10 on Grubhub?
Well, I mean, they give us so many amazing tools. We got to utilize them. Utilize every single one, okay? So how many more blocks do you guys want to build this month? I'm going to give you guys a little bit of call to action. How many more blocks do you guys want to build this month? Not I hope, not I'm going to try, but like give yourself like, I'm going to finish one. Or I'm going to finish two. Or this is what I'm going to do. How many blocks are you guys aiming to finish by the end? Because we still have 8 days. That's so many days. You guys can absolutely do that. I cannot imagine missing Smart Start 2 times. I cannot imagine looking back again and being like, oh my gosh, I just let that one slip away too. Crap. Right? They say,
I mean, maybe you should work on like, strengthening your imagination. I'm imagining you missing it right now. Aw, poor you. See?
Right? They say, do it once. Do it once. Shame on me. Do me twice. Shame. Or maybe it's backwards. I don't know. Something like that.
Well, I always say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you again. Okay? Like, repetition doesn't make you not culpable. Thank you.
You do not miss out on it the second time. So when Smart Start Restart is over also, what is going to be your block goal monthly? Don't let that slip away. Don't let that like be one of those things where once this is over, you're just like, oh, well, it's over now. That should be something you're consistently still striving for, no matter what. At least one. I would be so disappointed if I didn't complete a Mo neighborhood because I've done it once. I can do it again. Right? I did it already. I could do it again. So you guys can absolutely do this. Thank you guys so much for having me. I truly believe that the way to grow in this business and create blocks is just genuinely caring about people and taking the time to
really, really genuinely caring.
Love on them. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for having me and love y'all.
That was such a great Monat video. I really felt like I was back in the zone, Like I was just on it and, oh man, that was a really great distillation of just how it's not something that you're just doing on the side, and it's not something that's such a uniquely great opportunity. No, it's something where you have to wait for someone to be completely vulnerable. You got to wait until they're in a shitty situation, because no one joins when they're doing well. They only join when things are going poorly. Okay, so then that's when you start targeting people, and then all this like double speak where you're just like, yeah, I'm building relationships, I'm caring, I just want to help people, I just want to help them, I want to genuinely care, I want to genuinely build relationships. Stop. Like, really? My goodness. See, and that's how they really can ruin relationships, they can ruin marriages, they can ruin friendships, because all of a sudden you're going to be seeing every single person, every single interaction. She just said, like, going to the grocery store, going through your Instagram feed, every single interaction, you got to be back of the mind strategizing, back of the mind gunning for them to join your team. Fuck that. Fuck that. That is a terrible way to live, and it's a pretty surefire way to really screw up a lot of relationships, to miss a lot of potential real friendships, a lot of potential real actual relationships with people, because you're gonna waste it and you're gonna push them away, always having this little strategy going in the back of your mind. Terrible idea. I've been Mack. Peace out. Bye!